Hello, this is Bullet with another video few will ever see. In today's video, I'm looking at Warframe. My friend Medium229 has been bugging me to play this game for weeks. I keep telling him no, then swatting his nose with a rolled up newspaper to reinforce my response, but my attempts at negative reinforcement have failed as of yet. And yesterday, I caved to the pressure and played Warframe. I caved for two reasons. The first being, Medium wasn't going to stop bugging me to play this game. Ever. Two, a few months ago, I failed at another raid with my clan. This particular time we had a Sherpa helping us out. But of course, half of the clan didn't really listen to her. They kept failing so hard at this raid that they wanted a Sherpa to guide them, and then they pretty much failed to listen to her the entire time. I liked her. I thought she was smart and showed incredible patience in dealing with the members of the clan that were pretty much not liking her telling them what to do. Anyway, she's on my friends list, and she doesn't seem to play a lot of Destiny anymore. She's always playing Warframe. And so in an attempt to keep Medium from bugging me and maybe running into this Sherpa again, I decided to give Warframe a try. I think before I really dive into this review, it should be known that I don't like science fantasy type games. In my opinion, there's two things that ruined Call of Duty. The first is quickscopers. The second is science fantasy. I could hang with Call of Duty, even when friends were leaving it in mass. I stayed with it. As much as I hate quickscoping, I still stayed with it. But the moment they introduced exosuits, I was out. The game was turning into Halo. I played Halo one time, and I thought it was the most embarrassing game a grown man could play. When friends would look at me and say they play Halo, my expression would have been the same if they turned to me and said, "I like to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure." I really don't like science fantasy games. I know some may question, how can I be such a fan of Destiny then? They would be right in questioning that. My response is, it's brainwashing. I hate to say it's true, but it is. It was Medium that got me playing Destiny. I was content playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But since he's the one that flat out bought me my Xbox One and Destiny, I couldn't very well say, thanks, but screw you, I'm not playing your shitty game. So, 2 or 3 times a week, Medium, Milo, and myself would play Destiny. I had hated every minute of it. I couldn't wait for them to get offline so I could go back to playing Modern Warfare Remastered. This had been going on for a couple of weeks when one night I decided to keep playing Destiny after they quit. I did so not because I liked Destiny, but because I had played enough to know that there were some things about Destiny that I had to admit I liked. What was keeping me from enjoying it more was that I wasn't a high enough light and all my weapons sucked. I figured that if I was stuck playing this stupid game, I might as well start ranking myself up. Another reason when we played, I wasn't really playing. It was more of, I would get into the game, run somewhere, and instantly get melted by an ad, and then I would spend the rest of the time waiting for someone to come revive me. My point is that, if I'm being honest, there were some things that I liked about Destiny from the start, even though it's basically a science fantasy game. Once I got past the fact that it wasn't Modern Warfare and that Destiny had far more to offer, I slowly became obsessed with it. So chalk it up to I liked Destiny a little, but the repetitive nature of playing it for hours every night, it just became part of me. This is not the case with Warframe. Medium had sent me videos to watch, and I watched them. Well, I watched most of them. One of those videos was by Skill Up. I will provide the link below. It was a wonderful and thoughtful review of the game. A really open-minded review of the game from an obvious Destiny fan. He gave high praise for Warframe. However, watching his video convinced me that I would hate Warframe. There isn't a single thing I liked about what he showed in that video. The CGI he referred to as being really good looks like crap to me. It looks like the kind of crap cartoon stuff I would change the channel on weekend mornings from weekend morning CGI cartoon things. It has a fake animation quality that reminds me of like the same kind of lighting and video that you used to see like in 70s and 80s British TV. Not cartoon stuff, just the type of like raw video they seem to use to film everything. It just has this cold and impersonal feeling to it that I just don't like. I did my best to keep an open mind as I finally started to play Warframe. It wasn't easy, and to be honest, no matter how hard I tried, my mind just wasn't that open to it. It was so painfully bad for me. It was truly everything I hate about video games. All the characters have the same weird look to them. Skinny calves that looked ridiculous to me. My first thought when seeing nearly every character is, looks like someone forgot leg day at the gym. Then there's the overcomplicatedness of the game. For some, this is a good thing. Some people love spending their day in the menus. They love getting into a game and not knowing what the hell to do, and they love trying to figure it out. I'm not one of those people. At one point in the game, I nearly stopped playing it because there was a door that I was supposed to get past. I knew there was some place I should be standing that would trigger the little X to flash on the screen for me to open the door. I wasted 5 minutes of my life trying to figure out where the hell that X was. There was nothing there. I couldn't find it. I decided to run away and try another route, thinking maybe there's a way to get underneath or around or something. There wasn't. So I had to run all the way back to this door. And then I sit there and I kind of a little more slowly move around, trying to find where that little X is. And eventually I find it. And it was such a specific spot that if you just moved or breathed wrong, it would move your character away and you couldn't hit that spot. I mean, it was just this little tiny thing. It's like having a hyperlink on a web page where your mouse has to be in just this little tiny pixel of a spot anywhere else, and there's no link. It was frustrating. Anyways, this brings me to the mechanics of the game. In the very first room, I'm supposed to take out some bad guys. I have no weapon. This guy is shooting at me, and I have no idea how to defend myself. So I'm just running around in a circle like an idiot. The game eventually takes pity on me, and I get a screen prompt to hold one bumper and then pull the trigger, or something to that effect. It just pissed me off. This goes back to something I've mentioned before that has to do with coordination. There are those that can rub their belly and pat their head at the same time. I'm not one of those people. I'm a point-and-shoot kind of guy. If I have to hit a random series of buttons to do anything, I'm out. It's just not for me. I don't mind that the options for more complicated movements are there. Some like that, and good for them. I'm just not one of those people that like that, and making me jump through hoops just to take down a bad guy takes me out of the game. Makes me feel like an idiot because my big dumb brain can't hold down the left bumper while pulling the right trigger. For example, in Destiny, there are some amazing tricks you can do with your Sparrow if you hit multiple buttons and levers and all in the right order. But none of those tricks are important to the game. I can solo Nightfall just fine without having to spin my Sparrow through the air. If the only way to complete a strike required me to do some Sparrow tricks, I would not do strikes and I would not be playing Destiny. If you are into that kind of complicated stuff, you should definitely play Warframe. I want to learn some Sparrow tricks. I like that the option to do them is there, but I like that the option is there. I don't have to do them to complete a mission or strike. If you are the type of person that likes spending all your time in your menus and changing gear and upgrading this and that, you will love Warframe. There is a never-ending pit of customizations you can make to almost everything. For me, it gets in the way of the game. At one point while playing this game with Medium yesterday, I had apparently unlocked something. I don't even remember or care what it was. As I was fumbling through trying to figure out how to unlock it, I had no idea what the hell it was. I just know that whatever it was, I had to figure it out. I had to figure out the right series of hoops to jump through to unlock it, because I couldn't get into the next mission until I did so. It was driving me crazy. I was yelling into the mic at how goddamn stupid this was. Medium is patiently waiting for me to figure this shit out so we can start the next mission. There's also a feature some might like that I found annoying. Again, I almost stopped playing the game because of this. While trying to do something the game wanted me to do, I apparently inadvertently turned on a chat feature. The game has a chat feature. I guess this is so while you're supposed to be playing, you can pause and just start chatting or texting random folks. If that's your thing, cool. For me, if I was playing with someone and having to wait on them because they're chatting it up, I would kick them or I would leave. Again, that's just me. I would never do that. But some people love to chat. There are people that would love to just stop right in the middle of the mission and start having a text chat with other people. That's cool. Glad the option is there for them. For me, what pissed me off about it was that I couldn't turn it off. No series of buttons I seemed to push made it go away. The game is trying to tell me what to do next, but it's being covered by this stupid chat crap. It wasn't until playing it later with Medium that we figured out in order to turn it off, the best way to do it is to go into the options and disable it. As I write this, I'm trying desperately to find one reason, one thing that I liked about the game, and I can't. The closest thing to liking anything about this game was the lady that shows up on screen from time to time telling me what to do next. I liked her voice. The voice actress's name is Rebecca Ford, and she is the voice of Lotus. Medium seems to enjoy the game, but only that it's just something different than playing Destiny all the time. As for me, there was nothing I found interesting about this game. That isn't to say it isn't an interesting game, it's just not interesting to me. The game seems to focus its time and resources on things you can do to customize, rather than just letting you play the game. Some like that. I don't. I was used to Call of Duty, a game that you can load and play and do amazing right from the start. Or at least it used to be like that until it turned its back on the very gamers that made the game so popular in the first place. If you're looking for an overcomplicated game that allows you to customize just about everything so you can play, then this is the game for you. As for me, I won't be leaving Destiny anytime soon, or if I do, it won't be because of Warframe. There's so much to say about this game, and I absolutely get why people love it. I have watched some videos put out by the makers of the game, and they seem like really great people. But this is the kind of game I truly hate. It's overcomplicated by design. That's probably the thing I hate most about it. Its focus, from what I see, it focuses on the things that I care the very least about. I don't really care about turning my gun from blue to red, or adding stripes to it, or whatever options are available. I want interesting missions. I want them to be a challenge. Every mission I did yesterday was so mind-numbingly easy, it was a level of boredom that I usually only find while waiting at the doctor's office. I understand that missions were easy because I was new to the game and they get more difficult. My point is, there was nothing in this game that made me want to come back for more. When I first started playing, I was alone. Medium had not yet joined. I played for about 45 minutes and I couldn't take any more of it. I went back to Destiny. There are still things I want to do before Destiny 2 arrives. Of course, just as I get Destiny loaded, Medium is now ready to play Warframe. I so did not want to go back in and play Warframe. I did it because that's what friends do. But it continued to suck. Mission after mission. Every one of them boring. Every one of them so terribly simple. No strategy needed. In every mission I played, you could just run past every enemy and take very little to no damage. Then you finally get to where you need to be. You need to hit and hold X for a few seconds, and then Lotus tells you once again, you need to get back to your ship. It was just excruciatingly boring to me. It's just not my kind of game. I had hoped I was wrong. I had hoped that maybe it would be something new that I would like. But there was just absolutely nothing of interest to me in this game. It's just weird. It's just weird-looking aliens with skinny legs. I don't care if it gets better the more you play. For me, there needed to be something that I liked about the game to keep me playing, and there just wasn't anything in Warframe to do that. That being said, please don't let my dislike of the game be your reasoning for not playing it and giving it a chance. Look at the previews of it. Check out the reviews I spoke about earlier in this rant. If you even think there's a small chance you might like it, download it. Give it a try. It's free. There are paid add-ons if you want to skip all the farming needed to rank up, from what I hear, but you don't have to spend a dime. Give it a try. All I'm doing is talking about why it wasn't the right match for me. Anyways, those are my thoughts on the game. As usual, thanks for watching.